Well, welcome everyone. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm glad that you have decided to spend some time this evening learning about our team specifically, and also learning about how this coaching thing really works. I know that often you watch and you're curious and you have these questions, but you don't want to ask the questions, or you've already made your decision about it, but you're still curious and it's kind of eating at you. And well, I'm going to say that's the calling. If it's still eating at you, if you're still curious, if you're still like watching and wondering, it's because it's for you. But we're going to talk about some basics, some details, some frequently asked questions. I'm going to leave some time at the end. If you have any specific questions, you can always type them in the chat, or you can ask them boldly in front of everyone. That would be great too. But what we're going to first do is some introductions. And my name is Tasia, and I'm going to send it over to Bridget, and she's going to introduce herself and continue through some of our team leaders.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bridget Wohlers. Thank you all for being here. This is super exciting. I also want to introduce my coach, Nicole, who joined us after a call very similar to this one back in May. So I'm super excited that she's here with us tonight. I don't know who's next.
Vanessa.
Vanessa Faith.
Hi. Sorry, I was distracted by the kid who ignored me all day, and yet now he wants to hang out. Hello, I am Vanessa Haley, and my team is Team Fierce Mentality. I can see some of our friends here. Miss Amy, who's one of my coaches. Miss Heather, who's one of her coaches. So we are growing, which I love. I am a diamond coach, part of the Fit Rig. What else I gotta share? I don't know. I really just do this for my dog. That's all. It's all about him. Every time people are like, "Oh my God, yeah, it's Vanessa. Your dog is awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the only reason I do this." So that's it. What else? I've been doing it for 2 years, 3 years, 3 years, and it's the greatest thing I ever did. Besides having that monster 19 years ago. So, woo! There you go. That's me.
Okay, hey guys. I'm Melissa, and I have been a part of the Fit Rig for over 2 years. Time sure flies. Bridget's my coach, and she patiently listened to me for a whole entire year while we ran together, telling her I could never coach, I could never work out at home and do all these things. And here we are 2.5 years later.
Hi guys, my name is Isabella. I've been a coach for a year and a half almost, and I think I'm the only one that's in Canada, so I feel like a baby here. And yeah, I love every minute of it. When I signed up, I didn't really know what that meant, but I knew I'm gonna have to step up to the plate and do something about my life, about everything that I do, and I'm really happy with my decision, and I'm just pushing forward. So this is me.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Patty Lester. I have been a Beachbody coach. Oh no, I read this really good post the other day. I signed up as a coach 4 years ago, and I became a coach about a year and a half ago. So I did it just for the discount for a while. But the more I stuck around, the more I just wanted to do it myself. And lead my own little group. So yeah, that's me.
Is it my turn? Oh, okay. I am Amy. Vanessa is my coach. I've been doing this for a year and a half now. I think a year and a half. And it's absolutely the best thing that I have ever done for myself. Absolutely. I don't know what else you want me to say. I don't do it for my dogs.
Thank you guys. All right. Well, I wanted all of them to introduce themselves because we are a growing organization and we do have multiple teams within our team. And that means lots of great leaders and all kinds of heads together, working together. And I think it's a lot of fun to have different kinds of personalities and just people that we connect with. And so it's not about your team versus my team versus another team. It's about camaraderie and it's about collaboration and it's about community. And I think that's really fantastic. So I want for just a minute to have story time. So grab your drink and sit back and relax. And I want to just tell you a little story because I know oftentimes people are curious about how this all unfolds. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to start a social media business and I'm going to make it very lucrative and that's what I'm going to do, because none of us woke up one day deciding to do that. And honestly, it takes a lot of learning, it takes the ability to be coachable, and it takes a lot of persistence. So for me, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, and maybe some of this will be relatable for you, but 7 years ago, I had a 3-year-old and I was working as an after-school program coordinator. So I was working evenings. In the summer, we worked a summer camp. So I worked not with air conditioning all summer long. And it became really inconvenient for me to go to the gym, despite the fact that I was a spin instructor. So I spent a lot of time at the gym, but I wasn't spending any time on myself at the gym. And it got really frustrating because I thought that I should know. I thought that I should know how to be able to still lose the baby weight 3 years later. I thought that I should know how to change my body since I was telling other people how to change their body. And I just felt like I was taking care of everybody else and not taking care of myself. And for a woman and a mother and an only child and someone who's super independent, that wasn't working for me. It was not working for me to take care of everyone and not take care of me. So I borrowed someone's Insanity DVDs because that is how all of us usually get introduced to Beachbody, or at least we did back then. And I woke up early in the morning and I wasn't going to wake anybody up because I was in the living room. So I watched Shaun T on mute in my living room and tried Insanity. And by the way, 7 years later, I did an Insanity workout this morning and almost didn't make it. So it wasn't even pretty 7 years ago. But I kept pressing play. I kept waking up early because I liked the convenience of it. I liked the challenge of it. I really do like challenges. And it helped me just know that I was capable of taking care of myself. However, even though I was doing 60-minute workouts in the morning with one of the most grueling trainers ever, I wasn't having a lot of good results. And that really frustrated me. So I started to do some Googling around to figure out what I could do to boost my Beachbody program. And I came across my coach's blog. And I reached out to her because she was talking about Shakeology. She was talking about nutrition support. She was talking about a community. And I thought that sounded pretty cool. And she reached out to me. She invited me to one of her challenge groups. So a group that many of you have been in, like on Facebook. And I got connected with people who were very different than me, but a lot like me because they had some of the same goals and they spoke the same language that I did. And it just felt really natural and comfortable. And I was like, yes, this was the piece that was missing. It was people who cared. It was people who checked in on me on a daily basis. It was people who said, are you showing up tomorrow? And I quickly knew that even though I knew things about nutrition, even though I knew things about fitness, and I was consistent with those things, I was missing the third piece, the community, the people who cared. And I was able to lose the 25 pounds that I had gained when I became pregnant and had a baby and raised her to being a 3-year-old. And so I finally was able to lose that weight. And really, I was just falling in love with the community. So about a year after that journey, 6 years ago, almost to the day, I enrolled as a coach, mostly because I watched what my coach was doing throughout that entire year as she was supporting me and sharing on social media and having success financially. I was watching her when she invited me quite often to join her team. And of course I said no, because I liked paying full price for my Shakeology. That was just craziness. But finally, after a year, I said yes and enrolled. And she said, just be willing. Just be willing. And I was like, all right, because I started to freak out a little bit. I didn't know anything about social media. I hated Facebook. I felt like it just sucked my time with the scrolling. I didn't know anything about business, even though my husband and I had just opened a wine bar. It was really his baby. And I just didn't feel comfortable sharing like publicly about me. That just wasn't my thing. She said, just be coachable, just be willing. And I'm like, all right. So she gave me a few tasks to do here and there, and nothing that was too much, because working full time, raising a kid, doing those things. And I started to see some success pretty early on. You know, my mom joined me, and my neighbor and my friend and my college roommates. And with that success, my Shakeology started to get paid for. And then I was able to take us out to dinner. And then as I had consistent monthly success, I was invited to a cruise for free through the company. And I was like, I just earned a trip for free. And then the biggest change was I was invited to a retreat with my team. My coach said, I'm taking all of my leaders to Florida. We're all going to Destin, Florida. I'm going to pay for it all. All you got to do is earn this certain rank and be active as a coach. And I was like, Dave, I am going to Florida. Mama needs a weekend away. So he was supportive in that. He was like, yes, you do. You deserve it. And I worked hard to earn it. And I was totally like surrounded by this community for a full weekend on the beach in a pool. And I fell in love. And I knew from there that I had to grow my own team and spoil my own team in that way. And I had to mentor my team in that way. And I had to search for people who just wanted that community and who were just willing and who were open to being coachable and to just chip away at it, because no success happens overnight. I have been doing this for 6 years. And if you look at my snapshot today, you're like, wow, I want to do what she's doing. But 6 years ago, I was not doing what I'm doing today. It takes work. It is a business. There are things that are going to be great one day and not so great the next day. There's going to be good months. There's going to be hard months. But if you stick with it, wow, does it grow? And wow, does it become part of you? And does it become a bigger part of you? And that part really just keeps you in it. So I think that when people talk to me about Beachbody and why this was special to me and why it's special to others, it is because of that trifecta. It is because of the community, the nutrition, and the fitness. Those three pieces. There is nothing else out there that has that. In fact, there's a lot of other multi-level marketing companies that sell products and sell them well, but they're missing the wellness piece, or they're missing the community piece, where Beachbody just seems to have it all. So in August 2014 is when the team was born, and we've been growing ever since. So what I would like to do is I would like to share my screen with you. This is where you guys all get to see how fantastic my skills are here. My technology skills. Okay. Where are you? Well, I know, right? Just hang in there. Just hang in there. I know what I'm doing, right? Okay. Share screen. Allow Zoom to share your screen. Yes, please. Nothing yet, huh? I don't know what's going on here, guys. Share. Okay, just keep hanging out. I'll figure it out. You guys can sip your cocktails, or cheers, or take a potty break, or I don't know. This always works for me, and today it's not. Okay. Zoom.
This one time at band camp.
I know. I don't know, guys.
Are you the host?
I am the host.
Oh, yeah, that is a good question. Sometimes you're not.
I am the host. Okay, here we go. Yes. You see my screen?
We see it. Where's my?
See? Just takes a few clicks of the mouse.
Good job, Nana.
Okay.
Jazz hands. Woo!
All right. I just want to make sure that you can still see me. All right, so I thought I would share my screen just so that you can get a little bit more of, so you can see a little bit more of us and just get a bigger idea of the team, because you can learn about Beachbody from YouTube. You can learn about Beachbody from your neighbor next door. There's a lot of Beachbody coaches out there, but there is only one team like ours. And so I wanted to start with that. I wanted to talk about that. I really wanted to just shed more light on our team. So we are part of a top 10 organization. And I lead with that because that means we get top 10 organization perks. We get the best training. We get the best leaders in the business. We get the best opportunities for retreats and trips. And, like we're having this virtual summit that's coming up. So we have all these things that we have access to that people on other teams do not have access to. They just don't. And they might tell you that they have great trainings, not like ours, not like ours. So that is really an incredible opportunity. We've also earned the rank of a 2020 Premier Team, which means we are working together cohesively as a team for our goals. We talk about our goals. We give each other tips and advice on our goals. We check in on each other about our goals, and we are working towards them together. We are spread across all the different areas where Beachbody is. Beachbody is also in France as of just a couple of months ago. And of course, we are dedicated to impacting others in their health and fitness. A lot of times people ask me, what exactly does a coach do? What exactly do we do? And that's a great question because we are all different in how we run our businesses. However, there is something that unites us all, and that is every coach shares their journey. Every coach shares their journey. They share it in their own genuine personal way, but they are sharing their journey. They are inviting people to join them. You have to want people to join you. It has to be bursting out of you with excitement that you want people to do this with you because you're on the inside and and you're excited because you have experienced the success, you've experienced how amazing this is, and you can't wait to get other people to join you. So you are constantly, consistently inviting new people to join you. We're striving for wellness, full wellness. It's not just about abs and biceps and losing weight. It's about mental health. It's about personal development. It's about all of the pieces of wellness. And we're coaches. We support people. We cheer them on. If someone is constantly saying something nice on your posts on Facebook, they're probably a Beachbody coach, because we can't help but cheer you on. We can't help but like things. We can't help but ask you how your kids are doing. We can't help but do those things because we enjoy supporting people who have joined us and people who are on the team. Okay, let's keep going here. So another question that we get is, what is required of a coach? What do I have to do? Well, it's kind of a loaded question because it really depends on your goals. And that's something that you'll first talk about with your upline when you enroll is, what exactly are your goals? What are your goals for today? What are your goals for the end of summer? What are your goals for 2020? And we will talk about what you need to do to hit those goals. But I'll give you a few basic requirements. First of all, I talked about it early on, you gotta be willing and you have to be coachable. if you are too rigid in your ways, if you are not open to new things, if you're not willing to just step a toe outside of your comfort zone, then you're going to stay right where you are, because Beachbody coaching is about growth. It is about growth. And there is not one coach that will tell you that they have not grown in all kinds of ways since they've joined. So you need to be willing. You have to take care of yourself first. You first. You need to use your products. You need to work out. You need to take care of your personal development before you can help anybody else. It's that same analogy where you have to fill your cup before you can fill someone else's. Put your mask on before you put somebody else's mask on, right? Same idea. You do need to be consistent. So you won't find success if you hit it real hard for one day and then you let go for the rest of the month. Consistency. It's that compound effect. A little bit at a time will help you grow. I'm going to ask you guys to be bold, and I'm going to ask you to be yourself. Genuine coaches who are themselves are successful. Now, okay, Tasia, do any of those things help me make money? Do any of those things help me advance in rank? Well, there are benchmarks that are put out by the company. Benchmarks that are not required, but benchmarks that will help you reach your goals faster and help you know that you're on your way. Monthly goals, weekly goals, and there's rewards for them. Prizes, swag, free trips, commission, etc. as you're meeting those benchmarks, and we'll talk about them in a little bit. Okay, so how exactly am I going to learn about how to be a coach? That's another one of the questions that I get often. How do I figure out how to do this? Well, the first thing is you're going to get on the phone, like an actual phone call, not just Facebook Messenger, but you're going to get on the phone with your upline and you're going to chat, a getting started call. You're going to have that personal chat about your goals and about you and about how this will work in your lifestyle. I work full time, so I had to let my coach know that I've worked full time. My husband and I own multiple businesses. I do a lot at home taking care of the kids, so I need to be able to work in my pockets of time. I can't sit down for an hour or two a day. I just don't have that in my day. So I worked with my coach on how to figure that out. You'll have that call and you will have personal mentorship from your coach. There are trainings. There are basic trainings through the company, basic trainings through our team, training pods, training pages, things that are self-led, but are very simple so that you don't have to spend a lot of time on them and that you can just learn the basics to get started. We do team calls once a week. We have little pods that are like messenger threads where we talk to each other and we help each other depending on the goals. Right now we have a few girls that are all in one pod because they're working on diamond rank together. And there will be conferences and training opportunities. We have them quarterly, we have them yearly, we have them quite often, again, because Beachbody is about growth and learning. All right, so the big question, how do we make money? Because if you're going to start a business, I guess financial things are going to be on your list of questions. And I'm okay with that. As a business owner, I'm absolutely comfortable with talking about money. So Beachbody coaches do earn a 25% commission on anything that they sell, as well as some bonuses if they are enrolling coaches, and also weekly bonuses depending on how their team is growing. Now, here is something that if you've listened to nothing else so far, remember this when we talk about how this Beachbody is structured. Beachbody is not a top-down. It is not a pyramid. It is not a triangle. It is none of those things. It is actually a circle. And I'm going to explain it to you in the easiest way that I can, where you are earning money, substantial, the kind of money that keeps on growing based on what you are doing, the people who you have enrolled, and the people who your upline has enrolled, and who their upline has enrolled, and their upline has enrolled. So we are all helping each other to earn more money. It is not completely top down. In fact, if you're enrolling tomorrow, you're going to see the benefits of me. You're going to see the benefits of my coach and her coach. And I think that's really exciting. Again, top 10 organization, which means we have a whole lot happening on our team and we can all benefit from that. So again, there's no competition. There's no competition. We actually are encouraging everyone to do better, be bigger, be bolder, make more money so that we can all reap the benefits. And I think that's pretty cool. There are other perks. Again, I'm talking about those free trips. There's one every year. They're in places like Mexico, the Dominican Republic, cruise ships. Of course, all of those things may change, but I'm going on vacation next year. That's all I have to say about that. We do retreats. We have a retreat coming up in October. We also have like little dinners and gatherings that we do as a team. And of course, great swag and prizes that are constantly happening as you meet your goals. So let's just quickly talk about this, how to get started. How the heck do we get started? So you're listening to me, you're thinking, okay, Tasia, this sounds good. I think I need to do this. I think I want to start now. Great. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to talk to the person who invited you here. You're going to talk with them. They're going to probably check in with you right away. And you are going to ask them any kinds of questions that you might have. Maybe things that I wasn't able to answer for you. Or maybe you have questions that are very personally related to you. Great. Talk with that person who invited you here. Then that person will recommend the best package for you to enroll. Your enrollment fee is waived if you get a package. And that could be a package to support your Beachbody On Demand that you already have. It could be a package including Beachbody On Demand. It really, again, depends on your goals. We don't want you to enroll and not get anything for it. We want you to enroll with something that will work for you and your personal fitness. Once you have enrolled, you're a coach. You are official and you can start earning money that day. You can start advancing in rank that day. You're going to get on the phone with your upline, with your coach, and you're going to talk about your goals again. And your coach will help you understand some basics. They will guide you towards some easy trainings, and they will get you started. Here's something that I want you to know. You can move at your pace in this business. There is no rule that says you have to earn a certain amount of money or advance to a certain rank in a certain amount of time. What you put into this is what you'll get out of it. If you are running, I'm going to run right next to you. If you are crawling, I might not crawl with you, but I'll cheer you on. It's basically what you want out of it. If you want big things, then you need to put in big work, and we are going to support you all the way. And that is very exciting. So I'm going to stop my share here so I can see all your pretty faces. Hello. All right. So that is that. But what I wanted to offer is, does anybody have any questions? And you can ask anything. I'm an open book. And if you don't want to ask me, you can ask one of the other leaders or that person who invited you. Any questions that didn't get answered, don't be shy. You can type it, raise your hand. I covered it all. Does anybody have anything to add? How about that? Any of my ladies?
Gosh, we're all so quiet.
It's all right. It's a lot to process.
Yeah, you just gave us a lot.
Okay, so here's a question. I like this one. Do I have to post on social media in my sports bra? I love that question. There's always questions from new coaches about social media and what they have to share. Like, oh my goodness, do I need to share myself in that tiny bikini? Or do I need to work out in my sports bra? Or do I need to post pictures of my kids? Or do I have to constantly do selfie? I've heard it all. I've heard it all. And I'm going to say the answer is no, because if it's not you, then you're not going to share that way. And people are going to see right through it. If you've never been someone who has shared those kinds of things on social media and all of a sudden you do, they're going to see right through it. They're going to know that it's not you. So what you and your coach will talk about is, how can you share on social media consistently and effectively in a genuine way for you? If you're a modest person, if you're someone who's not comfortable sharing before and afters, there are ways to share transformations that you'll be comfortable with. There are ways to share your workouts that you can be comfortable with. When I first started, everything that I posted about my workouts was from here up. My face was sweaty. And as time went on, because of Beachbody, because of coaching, not because of weight loss, not because of abs, none of that, because of Beachbody, I was able to become more confident in who I am. And so I started sharing, from here up, and then finally the whole body up, because I just wanted to be real. I just wanted to be myself. And I started to love myself a little bit more. And so I was more and more comfortable to share it. So the long answer to that is no, you don't need to share in your sports bra, but we do want to share your journey. So if fitness is part of your journey, which it's gonna be, we're Beachbody coaches, you're gonna share some pieces of your fitness. Other questions? That was a good one. We have lots of good social media trainings. If you have never opened Instagram before in your life, if you don't know anything about YouTube, if you are really worried about using Facebook because you're a teacher or a nurse or someone who, I don't know, can't post a lot on social media, we'll talk about that. We've been there. We get it. We can support you with that. There's lots of ways for you to be successful. That's a good one. How much time a day do you spend on your Beachbody business? So again, I use like my pockets of time. So I wake up early. I've been doing that throughout all of this coronavirus stuff, even though I don't have to go to work. And I still get up at 5:30 in the morning, get my workout done. And for about an hour before the rest of the house wakes up, I spend some time on my business. And that is not what pre-COVID looked like, because that hour was showering and getting my butt to work. And I would work for 8 hours a day. And I would take pictures of my food throughout the day, or I would, check a message on my lunch break. But I really didn't work my business while I was working, because I was working. And I would come home and then, like everything unleashes, right? You have to make the dinner and you have to do the homework and you have to do all the things. And I would do that too, because we are bar owners and Dave would be out and he would be doing the evening shift of work. And so I didn't do a whole lot of my business until after bedtime. And so in total, with all of my pockets of time added up, maybe an hour. It just means being focused. If you have 60 minutes, 50 minutes, 45 minutes a day to dedicate to your business, you can still be successful. We're just going to give you specific business building activities to do in those 45 minutes to help you with your success. So again, your coach, she's going to be your person. How do you gain points for things like media posts? Okay, tell me more about that. Where's Heather? I'm going to put you on the spot, girlfriend. Tell me more what you mean.
I had to figure out how to get unmuted. Like the cup points and stuff like that. You get points for that for posting on social media. Is that right? Or am I misunderstanding that?
Okay. So are you talking about Team Cup?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Team Cup is an opportunity that Beachbody gives us once or twice a year. It's an opportunity for us to push for our goals, and they give us prizes for it. There are no points or prizes or anything like that for sharing on social media. Your points and your prizes always have to do with you meeting your goals. It could be your sales goals. It could be rank goals. It could be, sometimes they give you prizes if you buy a ticket to the yearly conference. But there's no reward for social media except presence and customers and new people joining you. So there's no real reward from the company now. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
Okay, great. What else? Is there a system that new coaches can use to grow their business without experience? Yes. Beachbody has their own corporate training. They have really done a good job of simplifying it and giving us these great 5 videos that are a kickstart to your business. They give you like the really important pieces to get started. Then we as a team have our own little videos that you can watch. And then what we have is a tracking system. And it's basically a piece of paper that looks like a spreadsheet. And it tells you what you should be focusing on every day to stay consistent, what you can stay focused on to have success. It talks about the vital behaviors, which is basically just inviting people, taking care of yourself, doing your personal development, and recognizing yourself and others for success. So that tracker system, if you are following it and you're consistent with it, you're gonna have success. It really is that simple, which I kind of love. So there's all kinds of materials and resources and trainings and all the good ones because of where we are with our organization. Yeah. Hope that answers your question. Good. I love questions. What else do you guys got? Anything else? So the good news is that we love to answer questions, and I can tell you that all the leaders here want to talk with you about anything that you're curious about. So if you don't reach out to them, they're going to come hunt you down and reach out to you and talk with you more about tonight and about whatever your questions might be. And remind you that right now, August is the best month out of all the months in the year to enroll as a coach, because we're about to get into the time of year when people start to remember that they need to take care of themselves. When their kids are going back to school once a week, or when, whatever it might be. Or when the summer is over and like, they're like, well, I guess maybe summer's over so I can start taking care of myself again. Or when they realize that going to work in an environment where they aren't feeling supported isn't something that they want anymore, and they want to be part of a community and earn an income and create financial freedom and do things that they love with passion. And so they're like, I think now is the time for me to jump into this coaching thing. So August is the best time of year to enroll as a coach. So if you are thinking about it even this much, do it. You won't regret it. It's been amazing. It's been amazing.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Okay. So not only is August awesome because it's my birthday, so everybody go kick some butt, but what I have noticed, Bridget, this right now is such a unique time for all of us because we are all experiencing something that we have never been through ever. And I can tell you that my business has grown exponentially since March, and my mental state has been able to stay at a stable level because I chose, when everything started to get really scary, to lean into my community and to reach out to people that like, hey, how you doing? Like, this is the easiest, if you're worried about like building connections and growing networks, and you're going to hear all about that, this is the best time to do it because so many people feel lost and alone. And I felt lost and alone. And a lot of us felt lost and confused and alone. And we still don't know. Like, you guys don't even know where you're sending your kids next week. You know, like all of this constant unknown is happening to us right now. And I can tell you, it being a part of this community and focusing on nurturing my people in any way that they needed. Like, we opened up our home. I've got people that show up at my house at 6 a.m. because they love the gym and they're heartbroken to not have the gym. And now they show up at my house. I found myself doing anything and everything I could, not just for my commissions, not just for my paycheck, but to make people feel like they're okay, because being a part of this made me feel like I was going to be okay and that we're going to ride this out together. So now is the perfect time to be able to be vulnerable to that and to really extend yourself out there and say, I'm here. I'm a brand new coach. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out together. Or just like I don't want to be alone either, and I need help too. And I have never found a community that has been so open, like, oh, you need help? Something's wrong with you? I got you. And that's what we do for each other. There's no judgments, there's no questions. They're like, you don't feel like you, well, we are gonna make you feel like you. And it's just a great feeling, and you really will get obsessed with it. So I'm just warning you all now. You will get obsessed with making the people on your team feel awesome, because I love it every day. That's it.
That's it. Just that. That was a good way to finish it off. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys. So we're going to sign off, but I have to say thank you so much for being here, for listening, and just indulging us, because we could talk about business. I mean, if you want, we'll be here until 10 o'clock at night talking about it, because it really is a special thing for all of us. I think this morning when we were working out on Zoom together, somebody said that at work, their coworker was saying how they couldn't wait to see their friends this weekend. And one of us responded with, well, I see my friends every morning. And we do. We see each other every morning. And we've been seeing each other every morning since March 16th. So thank you again for being here. I can't wait to welcome you all to the team. I can't wait. I hope that you have a great night. And we'll talk soon, guys. Thank you.